Hello. In today's video, I'm going to share about my comic book finds. I'm currently planning to start selling on this site called Whatnot. My name is going to be listed under. It already is listed as Havoc 1891. If you sign up, I'll provide a link in the description of this video. Please sign up using the link, and then look at my site if you get a chance. They literally, I mean, it's called Whatnot because they sell just about anything on there. Or buy. You have chances to win things for free. Some people have some really cool stuff. Like I recently won a variant cover of the Moon Knight. But anyway, so I went and bought a bunch of these comics at my somewhat local comic book store. And I kind of just grabbed what I could fit in this box right here. And these are things that eventually I will list on my site. So if you see something that you're interested in, all the more reason to look into this. Let me know what you think. What do you think are some of the better pulls from this selection? So first off, there's Batman Secret Files #3. I mean, we're looking at a book that not too long ago, like this came out in 2020, and it was $4.99. I was able to get all the items comics that I could fit in here for the price of $100. So I thought it's a pretty good deal. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I also have another video similar to this where I go and get a box of comics. I'm not actually in the video getting them, but I'm showing off like I am now what I got. All right, so then this is the Incredible Hulk from like 91. This is 380. Now the reason I bought this, it's kind of a little dinged up here. I don't know. I liked the Hulk back then growing up, and for some reason I wanted to see what happened in this. So Green Lantern #10, for the Beware My Power, I believe is the title of it. This line. I really at this point grabbed this one because I had to get to work and I had to fill the box up, and I had to just grab some stuff that wasn't absolutely terrible. And I like Green Lantern, particularly Hal Jordan, so gave it a shot. This was also from the same. It was right there with the other Incredible Hulk. This is issue 381. I think this is when Peter David was writing still for it, and I actually recall being very interested in what was happening to the Hulk back then. I got two of these, JSA #1 from August 1999. This book was hot back when it was new, and even for a few years. Jeff Johns eventually takes over at some point, and then that's when I started reading shortly after that, and I had to backtrack and look for this. Like it was a really enjoyable read. And I didn't understand the DC Justice Society, which were like the 1940s Justice League, basically. The only exposure I'd had was Jay Garrick, the Golden Age Flash, from having read The Flash. So this really brought in a whole lot of fun characters to learn about. Atom Smasher over here is, if you've watched the Black Adam movie, this is that version of the Atom Smasher. But yeah, this was a really fun read and a very good run. I would say you could easily, I don't know how long it went, but at least the first 50 or so issues were really good. I highly recommend it. But yeah, like I said, I got two of them. All right, so now what do we got? I'm grabbing blindly here. All right, so we got these House of X books. This is the variant edition. This is the 5 out of 6. Normally would have cost $4.99. Then there's another similar type. This is issue 6 out of 6 variant edition, but there are so many variants that it just becomes ridiculous to me. But when I kind of quit buying current comics because $5 is just too much to justify, in my opinion. But when I can get them like this and stuff them in a box, I couldn't say no. All right, let's see here. Oh, So this one I kind of got for myself because arguably maybe my favorite comic book character is Havoc from the X-Men, Cyclops' younger brother. Um, and this, all right, first of all, this, when it was new, like, which was like the very early 90s or late, like 89 or something, um, this was hard to find at the times. And even, I mean, it was 350, which for a comic book back then, that's a lot. Or it was a lot. And I have some of it. I don't think I've ever seen this cover though, so I guess I didn't have three. I'm gonna have to dig into my stash and find out if maybe I got an extra now or whatever. But it's really gritty art from what I recall. This was a nice little find. All right. So we've got Batman 71, and there's just been so many relaunches. I think this is from the Rebirth era. I'm not sure. I guess at some point they stopped putting Rebirth, and then they started doing this. I don't know. But I'm really stoked to basically continue my Batman collection. This Batman 70, 68, but this is a variant edition. Oh wait, you know what? This was a variant edition as well. So your easiest way to tell, from what I'm guessing here, is your standards are going to look like this, if that's what they looked like at the time. And then this is what I believe they call a virgin cover, where you don't even have Batman on there. It looks pretty close to the way the artist would have sketched it out. And then it says variant edition down here, of course. But that is number 70. It made trying to figure out if I was getting a straight run or getting duplicates very tricky. This variant edition, number 68. And variant edition 67. Variant for 72. Okay, and this is a variant for Action Comics, Superman's title. 1015. And I don't usually buy. Oh, this is kind of, creased here. It's got a issue here. That's not a pun. But I mean, considering how much I got, that does not bother me. And this is 1015 as well. So this is what the standard version looks like, and this is the variant. And then we got 1014. And I pulled this earlier. So this is number 24 for Catwoman. I don't know. I just this was one I don't know. I'm curious to see how, like, one of the things about this Whatnot Enterprise that I'm curious about is it'll tell me, like, a little bit about, like, the fan, like, how many fans certain characters have. Like, sure, the X-Men and Spider-Man and Batman are going to sell fairly well, I think. But I'm really curious to see if there's, like, a huge Catwoman fan. And then I got this just because, I mean, I might even read this. Fallen Angels, number 1. I got more of those. Let's see here. This was definitely, these were comics where I had to just see if I could, I wasn't leaving any space in this box. So but I had to go. So I just had to grab something that looked like that was worth something. Green Lantern Corps number 1. And the Green Lantern number 10 during the Jeff Johns run. This was during the New 52 era. I may even already have this, but if I don't, it's good for my collection. I do believe I already have that Green Lantern Corps, but I'm not sure. Alright, so we got 61 from that title. This is when Brightest Day was still going on. And I still was buying comics back then. Which is why I'm pretty sure I already have these, but I kind of want to get a little Green Lantern just for the option for potential buyers, and to see if there's huge Green Lantern fans or not. So then this is from the Black Label, which I'm guessing means they can do more like Grizzly or, I don't know, all around adult topics or something. It's Batman versus Bigby, or is it Big Buy? A Wolf in Gotham. I mainly was attracted to this because it was $3.99 normally, and I'm curious about the Black Label also. All right, let's see here. All right, so here's an old X-Men #2 from 1991, which I recently discovered these things. When I was reading these, like they were so. My understanding was they were so mass produced and whatnot that they weren't exactly going up, and they're not like hugely valuable, but it looks like they've actually gotten to be fairly decent in value. Like I think this one generally is like sells for $5 plus shipping, which I guess isn't crazy considering like current comics now are like $4 or $5. So, but I don't know. I figured I'd give it a shot. And this one here is the same issue, but this is the one where you open it up and the cover wraps around. Because, oh wait, well that was issue 2. This is issue 1, and this was $3.95, which back in '91 was a lot of money. You could have gotten 4 books with that. Let's see here. Oh, good. All right. So I was really kind of excited when I saw this one. So this is Aquaman #2 from 1994. And I remember back when, like in high school, I was in the mid '90s and mid to late, and this title had started. Yeah. So here's Peter David, the same guy I was just mentioning that did the Incredible Hulk. So from that experience, I learned that like his writing is something I appreciate. And I started reading this Aquaman reboot because I didn't start getting interested in DC beyond Batman until like 1996 or 7 when the Justice League reboot happened. Well, in the Aquaman one, he has a hook for a hand, and this was the issue where he loses the hand. And I remember even in like the early 2000s, I was looking for this and couldn't quite find it. So I stumbled across it today, and I'm probably keeping this one for myself. But I do recommend this. It looks like the same artist style that I'm familiar with, but I don't see his name. It's like California or something, or California. I don't know how you say it. I've met him at conventions. He's a really cool dude. And I like his artistic style. Like I feel like his stuff's usually drawn like it looks like the characters are carved out of wood, but that's not this guy, although it looks similar. Alright, so I got Captain America 407. And I got this really just because I have the Marvel Legends figure where there's a wolf cap, like this wolf head, and I don't know what that's about. And it's got Cable and Wolverine, so maybe there's somebody that wants to get this. Who knows? And then I got this Cable 16 because it's part of the Phalanx storyline. I've got like the core X-Men titles from it, but I don't think I even knew that Cable had a part of it until I saw this today. So I grabbed it because why not? Now we've got another variant cover. This is Action Comics 1014, and enough said. Let's see. So I got a couple of these. It looks like, at least 3. Because I know I already showed you guys one. Cyclops 1. Well, I got this just to see if there's a huge Cyclops fan like that maybe is on the lookout for something like this. Let's see. Oh, good. So this is a pretty worn comic. It is the Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 122 from 1985. And this one I got just because, hey, man, it's old Spider-Man. He's in the black suit. I'm probably even going to read this just because, I love it. It's almost like going back in time or something. Same story with this. This is issue 126. And you even got Spider-Woman in here, that version of her. And the Wrecking Crew, or at least Wrecker. Oh yeah, 127. I'm actually looking forward to reading this with the Lizard. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. And then this surprised me because I was watching a seller stream on Whatnot, and this issue came up, and apparently it's become worth something. I guess it's because of the kiss between the two of them or something. I don't know. It's a little worn, which is probably why I was still left. There's a little something going on up here. But once again, why not take the chance? And number 7, this is like, I believe it's when the first Omega Red story went down. It might be a second appearance or something, I'm not sure. But it looked like it wasn't worthless. Um, X-Men 8 with Bishop, I just kind of grabbed it because it was there. Just enough said. Oh, yeah. So the Unworthy Thor number 1, which I was looking for some Thor. I was on the lookout, but I could not find any Thor. But that's because I was being stupid and I was looking in the teas. And this one I found while I was looking through the X-Men and stumbled across Unworthy Thor. This actually looks like it might be worth $10 or $15 from what I saw. Plus, I think it might be a good read. But anyway, I did find more Thor, as you'll find out. But that's because I forgot it's the Mighty Thor, so he's technically in the M's. All right. This one, all right. I got Wolverine 64 here from the Divided We Stand storyline, which I'm not even sure what that has to do with. Maybe it's Civil War and which X-Men were on what side. Although generally I think most of them were on Cap's side. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got this because 1, I know Wolverine's popular, and 2, a lot of us comic book collectors have a thing for the female body, and I'm curious to see if this gets some attention with Mystique there. That's pretty cool with the weapons and whatnot. All right, so I got this. I picked this one up before that Cable one, and it's got Siren, the daughter of the Banshee, and I mean, there's a chance I don't already have this in my collection, so I figured I'd grab it. And we got Wolfsbane and Cannonball, and you can see the Phalanx or whatnot. I don't know if I've read it. I mean, I say that too much right now. All right. So this is the Green Lantern Black Stars number 2 variant cover. I think the Black Stars are like these kind of like more like the Green Lantern in general. They are compared to like space cops, but I think the Black Stars they're either like an actual more like a government related law enforcement, or they might be organized crime. I know that's a heck of a possibility of which is which, but I mean, I grabbed it. The variant covers interest me and seeing if they might have some appeal. This, unless I'm mistaken, is just a reprint of the first issue of Green Lantern, which I've never read. I've read enough of stuff from this like era where it's painful. But who knows? Maybe somebody will want it, or maybe it'll make a good giveaway. All right, this one is Batman Pennyworth Rest in Peace number 1. Would have been $4.99, and I don't know. Batman's popular, so it's the first issue. Why not? All right, and Batman and the Outsiders number 1. We got Batman, Katana, Black Lightning. I think that's probably this Thomas Duke guy that I haven't read much about, and I don't know who that is. My guess is Ravager or maybe Batgirl or something. I don't know. It looks kind of like that. What would have been like the 90s Batgirl. I don't know what she's doing anymore. So then we got this issue 2. Issue 3. I'm calling you out, Batman. Show yourself. Issue 4. With Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul. I'm not 100% sure what the right way. I like Ra's al Ghul, I think. I like Ra's al Ghul. That's how I like to say it. So, and he's usually pretty popular too. And there he is again in issue 5. And I'm actually looking forward to reading this. Let's see, issue number 9. That's it, Batman. You've lied to me for the last time. Yeah. All right, now this one. All right, I got this one purely. I remember when this was new, and I may even have it in my storage. But I like this just because it's this thug that's kidnapping some kid, He's like, using it as a hostage. Drop it, Punisher, or the kid's dead. And the Punisher's like, what do I care? My kid is already dead. Just imagining what it would be like for this kid to hear that. But I just kind of wanted to see, like, I'm testing to see if how fanatical the Punisher Frank Castle fans are out there, and this will be fun to talk about during the stream. And it's fun to talk about right now. So then I also saw this just because it was fancy. Punisher, the Suicide Squad, or Suicide Run, I should say. 86 from 1993. Look at that. That's back when we all thought that was something else. Alright, and I kind of stumbled across this by accident, but I said, why not? Marvel Knights #1. And I really don't know anything else about it other than obviously Deadpool, or Daredevil. Sorry, God, that. Alright. And I don't know if that's supposed to be Wolverine. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue what's going on in this. So the second issue, we've got Elektra and Punisher. That's a pretty cool. Like, I'm not a huge Elektra fan, but that looks really cool. Like, the two of them like that. That's dynamic. Man, this is a lot of comics. It's a lot of fun digging through it, but it took me a while. I think I ate up like 2 hours. Batman #2, black and white. I really don't know what's going on with this. Although, like I expected, it's black and white on the inside. This would have cost $5.99. It is a variant cover, and it's got a variety of stories. I mean, how could I go wrong, right? Unless it's it could be like a second printing or something, but even then, it's cool. That is something you have to watch out for. That I made that mistake in another box with the Immortal Hulk. All right, so now we got more of the Catwoman batch, number 26. All right, yeah. So I got this amazing Mary Jane #1, which I think I've heard bad things about. And this is the thing I made sure it's apparently a first print, but I don't know if it's popular or not. But considering how much space it took in this box, I gave it a shot. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is either. I got a couple of them though. These are all right. This is the Fallen Angels variant edition that would have cost $4.99. And like I earlier showed Fallen Angels #1. That was the standard cover. This is the variant. I don't know if this is popular or not at all. But like I've been saying, with the amount of space it took, I figured it was worth a chance. All right, more Catwoman. This is a variant cover for number 18. Ooh, that's nice. This is a variant cover for number 19. Yeah, that's really cool looking. And this is a variant cover for number 25. And it looks like I got quite a few of this one coming up. Standard covers for 27. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun working with that in the stream, figuring out how to deal those out. Number 23 over here. What happens in the jungle slays in the jungle. And I mean, if anybody's watching this and you read Catwoman, is Catwoman a good read or not? And then we've got a variant cover, number 28. Alright, this was also towards the end of when I had to leave and just grab some stuff. This is an old, in my opinion, 1988 Superman, number 21. And part 1 of the Supergirl saga, which I do not know what that means exactly. I do know that at this point she was killed off in the Crisis of Infinite Earths, so it's supposed to be like this big deal, like, oh my god, she's back. But I don't recall her coming back until the mid-90s. Even then it was a clone. Alright, so I'm sure it's an imposter of some sort. Avengers 292. I don't know, I'm just kind of curious to see maybe some people grab this because you got some She-Hulk, Thor, and some other people. Black Knight, I mean, they're setting him up. That's going to be a little while, I think, but he's there. Morbius, the Living Vampire, number 1. I really like how Marvel's done this, where there's technically the 42nd issue. It's part of the legacy number. But I figured I'd just try this because he's a vampire. I mean, how bad could it be? It could be. The Mighty Thor, number 3. And clearly Galactus is up there. And then we've got number 12, Shattered Heroes. And then we've got number 18 here. I would assume that's Loki. Let's see. $19. Let's see. Yeah, there's number 19. Here's 20. I think this might be my favorite look for Thor in the comics, anyway. In movies, I think Endgame, not Endgame. God no. Infinity War, by far. All right, so this was exciting. Let me go back to this. So this is number 21, and it looks like he's probably, I believe this is the dude he had to fight in Ragnarok. Is it Tartarus? I think so. And then anyway, so I stumbled across these Marauders, which I'd somehow heard about, like it's like a branch of the X-Men or something. And I think they're pretty new. Let's see, 2021. And it looks like they're led by Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat, and she's like my second favorite X-Men character, with Havoc being number 1. So I really am curious to see what their whole thing is. Plus, like, I mean, the Marauders should be more of an aggressive, violent type, which to me sounds like more like it's meant to be like the X-Force was originally in the 90s. But these are same issue, number 27, but this here is the variant, and this is your standard one. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. I grabbed it just because it's kind of big. Marvel Comics 1001, and it would have been $5. There's a whole lot going on with it. I don't know what it is, in fact. But I said, all right, let's check it out. Marvel Comics 1000, with I keep doing that, Daredevil on the cover, and I grabbed 2 of them. I don't know if it's like just an advertisement of little parts of what's coming out. I don't know. Marauders again, number 6. Number 7. Number 4. And number 5, which is, I guess, the 40th anniversary of Dark Phoenix. Some really nice art. Cool. Let's see here. Marauders 3. Marauders number 2. And the first issue, which I think I'm going to read shortly after this video's up. You got White Queen, Pyro, Bishop, Shadowcat, Storm, and Iceman. It might be kind of interesting. I'm not familiar with the name of the writer, though. It is a little beat up there, so it's good to make note of that. Alright, I found some New Mutants. Number 95. This was a really fun storyline. I remember when it was new, the Extinction Agenda. And spoiler alert, this is Warlock. He gets killed in this one. This is number 96. This is Cable at this point wasn't even like a year old. He was maybe 7 months old in comics at this point. He was very new. Let's see here. And Deadpool was like 2 issues away from coming into existence. Alright, so Nightcrawler, number 8. I grabbed it just because, I like Nightcrawler. And this next one, for the same reason, it's the first issue of his 4-part miniseries back in came out in 1985. And if this had done well enough, he might have had his own title like Wolverine did. Let's see here. New Mutants #1. Of course, this is not the original #1. This came out in 2019, and it's written by Chris Claremont, which he created them, so that's pretty cool. I don't know anything about it, but I do like this cast, and I'm always down to read about what they're up to. All right. This is the special edition New Mutants #1 from 1985. Is it? I thought... Yeah, there it is. For some reason, I thought this was more like 1989 or something. But this is some Art Adams. I recognize the art. The way you can tell by like how Magic's hair looks and stuff like that. I really like his artistic style. And it's a thick book. Next, yeah, we got, this was in that batch, the other Liefeld New Mutants, which Rob Liefeld, the artist for this, I was watching his stream last night. He's on Whatnot, and it's just really cool how I've heard from a friend at work that like there's like performers from Metallica up there selling stuff. It's just a really cool way of like interacting and seeing these people in a way I'm not used to. I don't know. This was a cool cover though, because it's also an homage to an older G.I. Joe cover where instead of Cable, it's Roadblock with the weapon pretty much just like that. I don't know what issue number it is, but this is, I think I already own this issue, but mine's probably more beat up than this, so I probably will be replacing it with that. More Thor. This is Mighty Thor #1. I'm not sure if this is good or not. And all right. So I'm testing this out. I don't know if this is a bad idea or a good idea or what. Apparently there's a Justice League Odyssey, or was. I don't know if it's still going on. But I got a whole stack of them, and this is #7 with Blackfire, which is the sister of Starfire from the Teen Titans, and Starfire's in this, as is Cyborg. And I'm just kind of curious if maybe some Teen Titans fans gravitate towards this. #6, Last of the New Gods, which I'm assuming that's a version of Darkseid. I don't know. And then you got Cyborg. Got 2 of them. And then this is a variant cover for #8. Oh, yeah. This is good. All right, so then there's Justice League Dark, which I've never actually read any of theirs, but I believe it's like they're more of like a mystical magic Neo, and they probably do things in the shadows, unlike which you'd expect out of Batman. But for whatever reason, this group formed, and this is beat up, which is unfortunate. But it's still a pretty cool. Like there's this green foil. Oh man, this one, nah, that's a tragedy. Anyway, but this was #4, and it's got like a green foil, that Swamp Thing, and we'll be seeing more of these characters. I'm gonna have to put this in a separate pile. All right, #5 of the same group. You got Detective Chimp, Wonder Woman's in it, Swamp Thing again. The Nightmaster returns, and he is not welcome. Then we've got Blue Devil's Axe. Detective Chimp Must Die. This was back when Aquaman was in theaters. Who Dares Defy the Other Kind? I'm guessing that's Man-Bat, or maybe it's just a man-like bat. Oh, the Demon Etrigan. And Dr. Fate's in there. I'm curious to see if maybe his presence in Injustice and the Black Adam movie maybe has some people curious about him. This is a variant cover for Justice League Dark #7, which according to this, it looks like maybe Man-Bat was a member of it, and that I think is Zatanna. And this is a variant cover for #8, which is very similar. And there's a variant cover of #15 featuring Detective Chimp. And number 9's variant cover. And number 14 with what I assume is Man-Bat. Number 6, yep, that is one wild-looking group. Number 5, variant cover. Variant cover for number 2. And number 1's variant cover. Alright, so this, I found this by accident. I was looking for something else. I couldn't even tell you what anymore, and stumbled across the Injustice League Dark. Number 17. Oh, so I think in this year the villains hijacked the titles, like Justice League becomes the Injustice League, and I guess there had to have been an Injustice League Dark and you got Solomon Grundy. I forget his name. I've read about him once or twice, though. I don't know who that is, and I definitely don't know who that is. I would guess that's some evil version, like a counterpart to the Swamp Thing, but I do not know. This is the second issue of Justice League Odyssey, and it's like this really cool reflective deal going on. The same thing with that one issue that was a tragedy, just a straight tragedy. Oh, this is neat. Variant cover, Justice League Dark 13. And this is whoever that redhead chick is. I don't know who that is. Alright, so Aquaman number 1 from the Rebirth line. And then there's also Aquaman number 1. And I'm guessing one's a reprint, or I'm not sure. It's confusing to me because I have to look more in depth. And that's not a pun. This is August. They're both August 2016. So I don't know if one is a variant or not. I will look into that. And then I got some Black Panther. This is number 2. Would have cost $3.99. This is number 3. Number 4, Black Panther and the Crew, I should say. That's a big book. Or did I don't know. Black Panther number 5. Number 6. Number 14. And then I found these Black Widows. This is 4 out of 6. The Things They Say About Her. Which I assume Daredevil is in there. I keep calling him Deadpool. God. Such an insult to Matt Murdock. Black Widow, The Hunt for Apogee. Number 6, it's Legacy. Number 46. Wow, I guess this was also towards the end of my time. So I grabbed a bunch of them. And I did want more Black Widow. I just wish I was able to find more variety in the issues. I decided to get a run of Cable, number 4. Because I have his first issue, and I figured if I could sell a bundle of like the first 4 or 5 issues. Number 2. Number 3. Alright, more Justice League Odyssey. This is number 1, the standard cover. Number 9. Number 8. 2 of them. Variant cover for number 7. Variant cover for number 6. That looks pretty cool. And I gotta be careful because my phone's battery's running low. So if I cut out, that's probably what happened. I got another one of them. Another Catwoman 25 variant. Oh, I got this just because Mistaplex is in it. This is number 22 of Batman and Superman. Batman, Superman, I should say. I don't know. I just like to see what that character's up to. Number 75 of Nightwing. From the Joker War, Collateral Damage. He's back. $5.99 is what that normally would cost. So Nightwing, I'm a big supporter of him, so that's cool. This one, American Vampire. I'm already interested when I hear vampire, and it's 1976, and it's got like this. It's the black label, so who knows what's going to happen in it. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Amethyst. Now this might have been a big gamble. First of all, this one's kind of beat up, so I better set this off to the side. It's got a slight tear. That's number 3. This is number 2. This is number 1. And this, I think I got a variant one somewhere. I don't know if she's got any kind of following or anything, but I'll find out. The Batman Grave number 1 variant cover, $4.99. The Batman Grave number 2, $3.99 by Ellis. If that's Warren Ellis, then I mean he did Preacher and all that, I believe. I'll have to look into that. Green Lantern Annual number 1 of the Beware My Power line.